Pop loves me, mama left me. Reagan was to blame, bumping Chuck D. Auntie left the crib, she in Southeast. Food stamps so my younger cousins get to eat. Sneakers dirty, girls told me that I wasn't it. Skinny nigga tell me how them clothes supposed to fit. Self-esteem low.
Okay, so really quick, I have something to correct myself on. I said the other day that 1 out of every 2 black males were unemployed. Really, that statistic is it's a 20%. Excuse me, it's 20% of black males are unemployed. But what is 50% is black teenagers. Black teenagers are 1 out of every 2 black teenagers are unemployed. So make note of that. That was a correction, and that was a mistake I made in my past video. But what I want to talk about today is based on the some more census reports are coming out, and they say it's a article on the Grill. It says violent crime plunges 12% in the U.S. in 2010. And looking at this article, it says from 1993 to 2010, violent crimes have gone down 70%. So that's very interesting, right? Violent crime has gone down that much, but yet, if I look at some of the statistics based on drugwarfacts.org, and I will put all these links to it, and they have their links of where they got their information from. They say that today, 1 in 15 African American children and 1 in 42 Latino children have a parent in prison. 1 in 15 African American children, compared to 1 in 111 white children. Now, that's interesting. White people definitely outnumber Hispanics and African Americans, but yet there's more blacks and Hispanics in jail. Is that because we're more violent? Of course it is. You know, ever since I came out of my mom's womb, man, I was waiting to bust on somebody, bust a cap on somebody. I was waiting to shoot some fool up, man, waiting to sell dope. I mean, that's just me, it's just in my blood. That's how I do, I can't help it. That's ridiculous, though. I think that this brings light to some very important issues that I think a lot of people aren't looking into. But I think it will come back to bite Rick Perry in his ass. There's a lot of stuff going on. You look at these Tea Party debates, and everyone, they were cheering Rick Perry when he talked about, if you come over here in Texas, you come around, you mess around these parts, you mess with our children, you mess with our people. We gonna fuck you up, boy. And basically, the whole crowd was clapping, like we were in I don't know, ancient Rome or something. This is Gladiator. Really, you guys, how is that not barbaric, man? How is that not barbaric? That shit is crazy. But yeah, so it brings light to the fact that we're still putting people in jail in record numbers, but yet violent crime is going down. So what's going on with that? Obviously, what's going on is we have the prison industrial complex. We have all these private prisons, and I also want to make a link to this NPR story that was really good, a really good in-depth story with a lot of context, talking about how a lot of the, again, just follow the money. Anytime you want to look at an issue, follow the money. And with this remember when the whole Arizona immigration debate was going on, as if all of a sudden Obama came in and he walked down to the border and he just told everyone to go home, all the border patrols go home, it's cool, I'm black, we're going to let all these people come over. No, things like Obama's first off is shipping people, shipping Hispanics, he's deporting them back to Mexico in crazy numbers. But yeah, all that stuff was going on in Arizona, and if you look at why there was all that hype, is because the people who were funding that whole movement were private prisons. They want to put Hispanic children and they want to put minority children in jail so they can make money. So the easier it is, the more you criminalize, being minority or being a Hispanic in this country, and making it seem like all Hispanics do is negative stuff, chopping people's heads off. The more you do that, the more people look at it and be like, oh, Hispanics are supposed to be in jail. Blacks are supposed to be in jail. But whites aren't, So, interesting. Um, yeah, and I found really interesting. I can't remember what I was watching yesterday, but they said that 22% of children are living in poverty. So really, out of all the demographics out there, if you're a child in America, you're much more likely to become poor than any other segment of the population. So you can be white, you can be black, you can be old, you can be a teenager, it doesn't matter. If you're a young child in America, you are more likely to be poor than any other segment. And this is still America, the greatest country, the land of opportunity. What opportunity do these kids have? It's ridiculous, you know? They have no opportunity. So yeah, be sure to leave a comment if you want to. Again, if you don't, I don't care. I feel it's important to get this information out there, and I will keep the updates coming. Thanks for checking it out. I'll see you guys later. Okay, really quick. And this is some of the misinformation and some of the other BS that's going around. I can't even believe I'm reading this. But I'm looking at the BostonHerald.com, and this article is called "Images of Poverty Greatly Exaggerated." So it's really like you can really tell how politicized this is, and I'm not going to get on politics because honestly, I feel if you're a Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. If you're an American, this should be unacceptable to you. They basically say that, let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, they say, so we need to look at how the poor live. They say, how do the poor live? Today, 80% of America's poor have air conditioning, 2/3 have cable television, half have a computer, and a third have a plasma widescreen television. The left argues that even though most poor families live in homes full of modern conveniences, the average poor family still suffers from substantial deprivation in basic needs such as food and housing. They say, fortunately, that's not the case. Now, we can sit here and talk about statistics all day. I use statistics to back up what I've seen. I've seen people who are struggling right now. I know people who are struggling, people who aren't even poor, people who are a part of the middle class. I know people are struggling. Yeah, I know people, most everybody that I know has a plasma TV, has an air conditioning, a television, and yeah, they have those conveniences. But what happens when all of a sudden your insurance rate goes up? When all of a sudden your health insurance, your car insurance, because of all the hurricanes, and that goes up? What happens? Now you're forced to pay a little bit extra. What happens when gas prices go up? And because gas prices are going up, now the food that has to be shipped on these company trucks is going up, or the prices for basically if the price of gas is going up, these cars and these trucks that are shipping food, they have to use the gas. So what happens? The company needs to make money, so they increase the price of food. This is exactly what's going on. So, and it's not even about do these people just have basic amenities. Yeah, these people have basic amenities. Most of them are getting through welfare and food stamps, which is what nobody wants to live on. To say that somebody wants to live on that and that's a perfect way of living is ridiculous. That argument is flawed. But it's about whether or not these people have the opportunity to go to college, to do better for themselves, to have the opportunities that a family of four making close to $100,000 a year does have. These people have opportunities that the poor doesn't. So don't believe what the Heritage Foundation says, like, oh, they have an air conditioning. Yeah, people in the projects, yeah, they have a refrigerator, they have television, they have plasma televisions, they have computers, but it's about do they have the skills to use that, to use the technologies? Do they have the skills to move them forward in this life? Are they living in fear every day of having their lights turned off, having their hot water turned off, going to school being smelly, going on reduced lunches, and getting lunch tickets? That's what it's about. It's about every time they step out of their door, are they fearful that they might get jacked from somebody else next door who's in their same living condition? That's the end of that. I'm going to link this bullshit article, and I just can't even believe that this article came out.